My first YouTube video! Yee! Let's move like this. You guys, I'm so excited. I feel like this is long overdue. I've been procrastinating when it came to YouTube, okay? Because I've been focusing on Instagram and TikTok, but 2023 is the year where we are doing it all. We're gonna make it all happen, and I'm so excited because I have been wanting to start a YouTube channel for since I was a little girl. Fun fact, if you didn't know, in high school, I tried the whole YouTube thing and it didn't work out because I wasn't consistent. But this is the year where we're gonna try it all and we're gonna have fun with it. So today's video is really exciting because it's an updated curly hair routine video, but it's also a Q&A. So I screenshotted all the questions that you guys asked me, and we are going to be answering them as I show you what I do with my hair now. This is updated. This is not permanent. It's just updated. It's what I've been doing with my hair lately. And I want to put y'all on. So let's get into it and let's have fun. Okay, so like I said, I screenshotted everything. There's like 3, and we're just gonna get to it. Ooh, there's 4 screenshots actually, because you guys asked a lot of questions. I do want to show you guys the 2 products, well, the 3 products that I've been using recently that have been my go-to. Los amo. Me ayudan mucho when it comes to making my hair last, because one thing that I'm really big on is I need to last up to day 4. Hasta día 4. It can't make me last until day 4. It's not a product that I will stick to, because then that means I have to restyle my hair more than I'd like to throughout the week. I don't like to do that. So the first product that I've been using is the Camille Rose Curl Love Leave-In. My go-to. I love it so much because of how soft it makes my hair. And this is actually one of the products that I started using when I first went blonde. And I was trying to figure out like what hair care product is going to make this really dry hair, because when you add bleach, your curls get very dry. What leave-in is going to add moisture to this super dry hair that I now have to deal with. So that's when I discovered this. This was back in 2019. Then we're gonna go in with the Strong Coat Styling Gel from Shea Moisture. Now I'm gonna show you my little trick when it comes to gel, and y'all are gonna be like, what, Damiana? But yeah, this is the gel that I've been using. I really like it, and I think that it does the job. I like breaking the cast off with an oil, and I love the growth oil from The Main Choice. Super easy to use, super lightweight, not as greasy, and she's also gonna help your hair grow. So I really love all those 3 products. So one of the first things that I like to do con el pelo is I like to section it. And I'm gonna section my hair and then go in and start with questions. But sectioning my hair in 4, you guys, is a great way that at least I've noticed has helped me ensure that every single part of my hair is reaping the benefits of this product, and that I'm just not missing a spot. Because one thing about me, if I'm using a pricey product, every single part of my hair is gonna reap the benefits, okay? And I actually learned this trick from a stylist when I first went blonde, and I was going to the stylist. She was asking me, she's like, do you section your hair? And I was like, I don't section my hair, but like, do I need to? And she's like, well, now that you have blonde hair, it's better to make sure that, you know, you ensure that all parts of your head is just getting that product, especially since your hair is a little bit more dry now. So ever since I went blonde, I've just gotten into the habit of sectioning my hair. And even though I'm no longer a blonde, as you can see, it still is something that I like to do just to make sure that my hair is doing what it's supposed to be doing, okay? Because I don't like having one part of my hair look super soft and curled and then the other part looks dry and frizzy. So this is just the best way to go about it. But I want to start off with some of the questions, okay? So one of the first questions is that I actually want to go through, because there's a lot. But one of the first questions is, what is your ethnicity? For those who didn't know, I am colombiana y dominicana. My mom is from Cartagena. Mi papá es de Dominican Republic, de Nizao. Shout out to anybody who knows that city in Dominican Republic, because I feel like everybody from Dominican Republic is from Santo Domingo. But my dad was from Nizao, and that's my ethnicity. Growing up, I always said that I've been more in tune with my Dominican culture, only because before my dad passed in 2013, I was with him every summer, and I was always with that side of the family growing up. So I've always just grown up around plátano, tú sabes, arroz, habichuela. My grandma, the best cook. I think everybody who has a grandma is probably gonna be like, no, my grandma's the best cook, pero mi abuela, she didn't play when it came to throwing it down in the kitchen. So Dominican and Colombian, I love being Latina. And I'm so happy that I'm both of those. I don't know why, but like being Dominican, anyone can agree, like it's just something that the pride is different. Being Dominican, but also being Colombian, the pride is different. We have Karol G. We have some of the best musicians come from Colombia. Some of the best, well, the best bachata come from DR, period, point blank, period. But I just love everything about being Colombian and Dominican, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Like I wouldn't want to be anything else but that. So this is gonna take me so long to style my hair and answer these questions, but we're gonna get through it, okay? As you guys can see, I like using the spray water bottle from Amazon, the best. I'm gonna link it down below because I've been asked about this water bottle a lot of times when you guys see it on my TikToks or Instagram, but this is like not more than $5. And the brush that I'm using is the Tangle Teaser. There's some hair, but I really love this brush because, like, look, I don't even have product in my hair. Y mira el pelo. El pelo ya estás, mira. That's the brush. That's what the brush is doing. But, okay. Well, the second question that I want to answer is, what is your secret to being so confident? Whoa. Do I get confident on my content? I feel like that wasn't always the case. I feel like that's something that I definitely had to learn along the way. Being confident is not something that comes, oh wait, you guys, my mom is calling me. Let me tell her I need to call her later. Back to it. Being confident is not something that is taught. I feel like it's something that just comes from within, and it's something that you learn over time. When could I really say that I became confident? I feel like I really became confident maybe like the last years of high school. I lied. I really feel like I had like my whole I'm that girl moment in college. College was like a lot. College was a lot, but how did I learn to be confident is, wow. And now that I'm answering that question, I feel a little stuck. I just feel like I think for me, it's getting closer to God, because I think that when you get closer to God, you become more in tune with who you are as a person and your purpose, and you're God's child. I feel like when you really sit in that and really understand how important that really is, there's no way that you can't be a confident person. I think that would be my best answer. Is like when you get closer to God, you also become more in tune with yourself as a person. And I really think that that's when it all started for me in college. I think a lot of people can agree. Like, I got closer to God in college. I went through a lot as a first generation college student, and I actually grew up in the church. So here's like a little backstory. I grew up in the church. My mom was very Christian. My mom was so Christian to the point that she was like that mother that would like make us learn Bible verses. She was definitely, and by the way, I'm like not finger coiling today. My mom was that type of mom that would like literally, if we weren't memorizing Bible verses, we weren't getting toys. So I grew up in the church, and my mom we kind of stopped going for whatever reason, and I just started getting closer to God again in college. But yes, personally, this is my own opinion and my own answer. When I got closer to God, I definitely became more confident in who I was and what I bring to the table. It was definitely. By the way, this is how much I go in with hair product, because it is per section. A little bit, especially with the Curl Love, like a little bit goes a long way. You don't need too much. And I'm gonna keep going back and forth, you guys, and I hope this doesn't look weird because the table is behind the camera. But a little bit goes a long way. You don't need too much. One thing about having fine curly hair, I have fine curly hair, is that you don't want to apply too much product because that will weigh down your curls. By the way, if I keep looking like right here, I want to look at how the curls look on camera. But look. Oh, Dios mío, mira eso. Mira eso, Dios mío. Ay, ay, ay. Hold up. And then I scrunch. And then I scrunch a little bit. Okay, and y'all are probably like, what about the gel, Daviana? I go in with the gel at the end. I actually go in with the gel at the end. So let's get to another question. Okay, so I've always wanted to answer this one, and I kind of want to start off with it. Are you a full-time creator? I am a full-time creator. I've talked about this before. And I want to talk a little bit about my journey as a full-time creator, because I think a lot of people are trying to break into that industry, and it could be a little confusing as to like, how do you start? What did you do? How much money are you making? Maybe I can even make like a separate video about that whole topic in itself. It's a lot. But I am a full-time creator. I went full-time last year after college. I graduated from Florida State University, go knows, the best university, in May of 22. And I took a leap of faith, you guys. All of college, I always thought, okay, by the way, I sectioned my hair in 3 on each side. All of college, I always thought, okay, I'm gonna go corporate. This is the route that I'm going to take. I'm going to climb the corporate ladder. And by the way, if I had went corporate, I definitely would have eventually became an executive. And I'm gonna go in with another thing. So I was like, I'm gonna go corporate. That was what I was working towards. I was misinvolved in college. When I say that I was involved in college, I don't think anyone was as involved as me. Well, maybe some people, but I was super involved in college. I remember junior year of college, I was the president of 2 organizations. Like, that's how involved I was, because I knew, well, I was passionate about these organizations, but I also knew that if I wanted to get a corporate job, that resume had to be shot, okay? By the way, I'm wetting each section. I have high porosity hair, so my hair tends to get dry quickly. Some people might say that's a characteristic of low porosity hair, but high porosity hair also tends to do that, you guys. It'll dry up super quickly because I just got out the shower. But yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna go corporate. Corporate is just the route that I'm going to take. And I was never passionate about that response. It was just, I'm first generation. It's what sounded right. It's what gave me security. And it's what people expect from me. Miss Involved. I was super smart. I've always been smart. I've always, like, it's always been in me. So I always felt like, okay, going corporate and, you know, trying to be an executive is just what sounds right. And it's what's expected. But God had other plans, y'all. And junior year of college, when the pandemic hit, I started creating content. But it's so funny because I started creating content like everybody else just for fun. I never started, I actually, fun fact, did not start off creating content on contenido del pelo rizado. I didn't start off content with curly hair content. I started off content, by the way, look, this is how much I'm going in with this section, maybe a little bit more. I started off content like everybody else, for fun. I've never said this out loud. Y'all are gonna get the tea here on YouTube, but I started content because I was actually going through a breakup. And a really bad one. It ended really badly, and I was like, well, I need to get my mind off this. I can't let this get to me. I'm just gonna start creating content for fun. It's what everybody's doing. The pandemic just hit. What else am I gonna do? This is when we thought if you had COVID, you were definitely gonna die. This was around that era. So I started creating content for fun. But what happened? Every time, look at these curls, OMG. Every time I would post a video, I would get the same comments. Oh my gosh, what are you putting on your hair? Oh my gosh, how can I make my curls look like that? I've never been able to get my curls like that. So I was like, I am going to go ahead and just create a video one day about curly hair content. And the first video that I created about curly hair content surpassed like 100,000 views. And I was like, oh, not my videos going from like 1,000 to 100K on a video about a topic that people are always asking me about. So that same week, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do another curly hair video. I just want to see, you know, let's just keep answering the questions that people ask me about. So I created a replace this with that video. That video hit 1 million. That video hit 1 million views, and that was when I decided, okay, I already naturally love talking about hair. In real life, if you knew me, you knew that ever since I went natural in high school, I was the girl who was always talking about hair products. I was the girl who was always on Snapchat. This was Snapchat was also still a thing. I was the girl who on Snapchat, I was sharing all the products I was using. I was sharing all the products that were working for my curly hair as someone who just went natural. So I was like, this is already something I'm passionate about. If I can create content around it, girl, that is a win-win for me. So I started creating curly hair content because I kind of just fell into it. And I was able to take it full time. I didn't start seeing real money from content until last year, literally. So I started creating content back in 2020. September 2020 is the month that I started creating content. By the way, I am gonna finger coil this section, but I did start creating content in 2020, and I hope I'm not like rambling on this, but yes, full-time creator. I've been full-time. It hasn't even been a year yet. I took this full-time in May of 22. This year I'll be able to say I've been 1 year full-time, and it's been a blessing. This apartment that you guys see, it's literally everything. All my bills are paid because of content, and I'm super blessed to say that. And I'm super blessed that this is my job, and I'm super blessed that I'm building a community that trusts my opinion, that trusts anything that I have to say. And it's only up from here. We're gonna keep going, you know, because this is only a little bit of what it can be, you know. So I hope I didn't ramble, but yeah. Okay, let's go. So someone said, what inspired you to want to teach young girls and ladies about hair care, skincare, and health? Ooh, I love that question. I love questions that I never really think about. What inspired me to start talking about that? Like I said, ever since I went natural, it's just something that I've always done. Like, I've always talked about hair. Anytime when and this is why, when I went natural and I started learning about better hair care products, like AKA the Camille Rose Curler, people started noticing, in high school, people started noticing that my curls were just getting healthier. And because of that, people were like, Daviana, what are you putting in your hair? You know, what are you putting on your hair? Put me on. So it all started in high school. And then in college, I got it even more. Like, what do you put on your hair? How do you have your curls looking like that? This is before I got into TikTok. But I think when I really look at why I'm so passionate about what I do, it's because growing up, and I was just on TikTok live saying this to my followers, but growing up, I never had a Latina creator who I can look to when it came to hair, when it came to body care, when it came to hair care. Did I just repeat hair care? This is my first YouTube, y'all. My mom was a single parent, so there was like, it's not that she didn't teach us about like the basics, but it's like she wasn't able to teach us as much as I know now. A lot of what I talk about is self-taught. It's from trying these products out on my own. It's from my own trial and error. I've been through a lot with my hair. I accidentally relaxed my hair. I went through a bad bleach job. I chopped my hair. I box dyed my hair. Like, I have been through so much with this hair of mine, and I love you, girl, because you have stuck through. I'm talking to my hair right now because she has been through a lot. But I feel like a lot of those mistakes that I made, I could have avoided if I had someone who looked like me talk on those things. And growing up, I didn't have that. So I feel like I became the person who I wanted to see. I became the person that when I was going through my journey, I wish I could have looked at for guidance. And I feel like that's why I'm so passionate about it now, especially as a Latina. Especially as a Latina. I just feel like, by the way, I'm gonna finger coil. I just feel like there's not enough Latina creators encouraging our community to wear their hair natural. There's not a lot of Latina creators talking about just basic things that other people would see basic, but we don't really speak on. So yeah, I became the person who I wanted to see growing up. I feel like I'm taking forever to answer a lot of these questions. Yeah, I became the person I wanted to see, you guys. And I am finger coiling this section because the front part of my hair is a little bit more difficult to deal with. Not difficult, but the front of my hair is just a little bit more, because I straightened my hair last month and I feel like the front of my hair has been a little bit weird. So I do finger coil. And then I do scrunch. And I haven't used the gel yet, by the way, if you have been paying attention. Everything that I've been putting in my hair has only been the Camille Rose Curl Up, because I like going in with the gel at the end. So this is what this side looks like. Woo! By the way your hair looks like when you're styling it is going to be a huge indicator of what it's going to look like when it's dry. So you always want to make sure that when you're styling it, que ese pelo se ve just as good as you'd want it to look when it's dry. So the hair is already looking good. But I want to go in and talk about another question, or answer another question that people ask me. You guys want the tea. Someone said, can you talk about your love experiences? I'm gonna try to keep this one short because can I talk about my love experiences? By the way, if the light keeps changing and stuff, I'm like right by the window and it's already 4 o'clock and my hair is probably gonna take a minute to dry. Can I talk about my love experiences? I can definitely say as a 23-year-old that I've never been in love. I've never been, like, I can't say that I've never been in love. I've been in situationships. I've been infatuated with men, but I've never been in love. We're gonna go in with this part now. I've never been in love. I have not had, and I actually made a TikTok, get ready with me, about this. I have not had the best experiences when it comes to men because I feel like the men that I choose are just trash. If anybody can relate to that, let me know in the comment section, because I just feel like, and I was saying this in my get ready with me on TikTok, I don't know if it's me who's just a magnet to these type of men. Okay, yo no sé. But I just feel like I haven't had the best experiences. I've been in situationships. My most serious relationship, y'all want to know how that ended? It ended with me having to literally put a restraining order because he ended up having a whole girl live with him. Like, she was living with him. And that's a whole other, I want to do like a whole story time about that experience in itself. But love has not always been easy for me, but that doesn't mean that I don't believe in it, and that doesn't mean that I've given up on it. I believe that love is real. I believe in soulmates. Am I a hopeless romantic? I wouldn't say I'm a hopeless romantic, but I do believe in love. I do believe in soulmates, and I do believe that God has a person for me. And I'm not gonna let these bad experiences leave a bitter taste in my mouth and not let any man in, or not give any other man a chance. I hate when people do that. I genuinely do. And if you're someone that's like that, I encourage you to just be hopeful and to not let these bad experiences get to you. So yeah, that's why when people ask me for dating advice, I'm like, girl, girl, I don't really know if I'm your girl for that, because I can give you all the tips when it comes to hair, skin, and body and hygiene. I'm that girl for you when it comes to that. But when it comes to men and dating, I just haven't had the best experiences. I've been a little traumatized. I guess you can say that. I've been a little traumatized, but doesn't mean that I've given up on love, and it doesn't mean that I'm not going to not put myself out there because of it. This is how I'm doing it. I like to shake my hair and then scrunch. So you see how the curls are like starting to come up, and then you scrunch. Woo! By the way, I wasn't gonna show my whole curly hair routine because I want to do a separate video for how I wash my curls, because that's a whole other video in itself. So I'm not gonna show the products I use to wash my hair in this video, but I will be making a whole wash day routine, because, you know, we need content, and the more videos the better for you guys, because then that means that you can just focus on like one thing. Okay, someone said, how does it feel learning and knowing about Dominican culture? She loves bachata. Ooh, I feel like lately, as I've gotten older, I think that after my dad passed, I kind of lost touch with that. How do I say this? Like, I feel like after my dad passed, I really wasn't as in tune as I was growing up. And I feel like that's something that I definitely want to get more into, and not just as a Dominicana, but also as a Colombian. Like, when I went to Colombia in October of 22, when I went in October and when I went in May as my graduation gift, I went to Colombia. I literally immersed myself in the culture as much as I could. I even went to Palenque, you guys. If you know anything about Palenque, Palenque is the first freed cities in the Americas. AKA when the US didn't have a name, when the Caribbeans didn't have a name, everything was just called the Americas. And Palenque was the first freed city. And it was the first freed city, not through government, but through the slaves themselves who freed themselves. So I went to Palenque and I learned so much about Colombia. I learned so much about its rich history. And it just made me realize how I really need to do that more as I get older, because my identity is such a big part of who I am. Growing up, I really struggled with my identity, and I really struggled with, my mom is brown, my dad was light skinned, and my mom's side of the family, if you look at my mom's side of the family, there's no denying our African ancestry. Like, we are black on my mom's side of the family, and on my dad's side too, but my dad was light skinned, so which is why I'm light skinned and I'm more fair skinned. My mom is brown and my sister's brown, and a lot of my family is brown. And growing up, I really struggled with accepting that, because I felt like that was the reason why I didn't feel Latina enough growing up. And I know that that sounds crazy now, but that's just how I felt as a little girl, right? When you're a little girl, you don't know better. You just think, you know, you just want to fit in so bad when you're a little girl, that it's little things like that that worry you. I don't care about it now. I love who I am. I literally love that I have African descendants. I want to learn more about the fact that my ancestors, you know, were African. I'm very proud to say that I'm a Black Latina. But growing up, I really struggled with my identity. So I really want to learn more about both sides and just become more in tune with where I'm from. Because yeah, I'm from there. But do I feel like I know as much as I should about each country? Not really. Though I was born in the Bronx, New York. I'm an American, Colombian, Dominican American. But I still feel like that's not an excuse to not know more about each side. I feel like I'm rambling about like so much. I wonder how long this video is gonna be. Alrighty, y'all, so this is what the hair looks like now. I'm gonna like get a little bit closer. This is what it looks like on this side. The fact that I use the camera, that is a skill. That is a skill in itself, because I am using the camera just to style my hair right now, and that's a little crazy, but I'm gonna stop answering questions for now so that I can show you. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of gel, and I like using my thumb because obviously I have acrylics, but let me show you guys on the palm. We're gonna go in with a little bit of gel like this. Now what we're gonna do, you always want to do this with your product. You don't want to just like put the gel on and then go in. You always want to make sure that you like rub it. We're going to scrunch. Like I said, I hope I can get this on camera. Let me back up if I need to. And we're gonna do one hand right here. We're gonna go in with the cotton t-shirt. And because you want to drench your hair in water when you're styling your curls, you don't want to dry your hair like that. It's so funny. I think people have this misconception that if you drench your hair in water when styling, that's how you dry it. No, you always want to make sure that you style when it's super wet, but that you're drying it when it's not as wet. It's complicated, but I promise you it works. So now we're gonna go in with the cotton t-shirt and just scrunch a lot of that water out so that it can cut on drying time, but also so that my curls get a little bit more shape in them. I don't know why, but I've noticed that doing this with the cotton t-shirt really does help with just making them more defined. I don't know what that's about, but it's my story and I'm stick by it. So now this is what the curls are looking like, and this is the diffuser. This is the diffuser that I use. I use the Dyson Supersonic, and people have always asked, Daviana, what setting do you style your hair on when you use the Dyson? I'm sorry, the low is heat, but high speed, low heat. You don't want to style your hair in a really hot setting because that can cause frizz. So low heat, high speed. One thing that I also like to do sometimes is I'll let my hair air dry for like 10 to 15 minutes before I go in with the dryer, because it just helps with cutting drying time. I hate having to like just be like this all the time with my Dyson. If I can cut drying time, I'm gonna do that. So this is what the curls are looking like. I want to answer a couple more questions and then go on with the Dyson and then show you guys the final results, and we'll talk a little bit more about what you can expect from this página. And someone said, how old are you? I should have started off with that question. I should have started off with how old are you, right? But I am 23 years old. I am a Sagittarius, November 27, 1999. I'm a 90s baby. And that's how old I am. Do you have any siblings? I have 3 siblings. 1 half brother, 1 half sister, and then 1 full sister from my mom's side. So 3 in total. It's 4 of us. I'm the middle child. I'm trying to see what questions. Experience you had with boys. I talked a little bit about that. It ain't always been the best, but we got through it. Have you visited Dominican Republic before, and how long? I have visited DR. I visited DR. Oh, but it's been a minute. I visited DR back in 2018? 2019. So it's been a minute. I definitely want to go back to DR very soon because I've been to Colombia. I'm actually going to Colombia this week, and I'm actually going to be creating a whole YouTube video around it. But I haven't been to DR in a minute, and I need to go back. So someone said, what is the biggest flaw you see in men and women, making them less attractive? I hate lack of communication. I hate people who are mean. I hate people who aren't humble. Dang, let me not say I hate, but I dislike that. I dislike that in people. And one thing that I really dislike is belittling someone else. There are a lot of people who will belittle others to feel better about themselves. I think that's so unattractive. I think it makes you look so ugly. I've always said that no matter how pretty a person is, if their heart is ugly, they're ugly to me. So yeah, those are some of the things for that. Someone said, how long have you been in your hair care journey? I've been on my hair journey for 7 years now. Let me do the math. Let me literally pull up a calculator, because I went natural in 2016. ¿Verdad? Y it's 2023 now. It's been 7 years. I did the math on a freaking calculator. It's been 7 years since I've been on my natural hair journey. Ew, and I made a lot of mistakes during it, but we're here. And my curls are thriving, and yeah, we're here for the long run. So there's a lot more questions, and I'm not gonna get to everything, but I want to make sure that I dry my hair, show y'all the final look, and then also show you guys, well, not show you guys, talk about what this page is gonna be. And I'm just so excited to start being consistent on YouTube. So let me go in with my Dyson, and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I am donezo once when it's getting dark. That is how long it takes to style curly hair. It's gonna be bright as day earlier, and then it gets dark out of nowhere. But anyways, this is what the curls look like up close. This is it's giving. Done. And let me know in the comments if you feel like it's giving. It's really giving. Like, it's really not that much. A good leave-in, a gel. I did post on TikTok how I break my cast off using this oil. I love how lightweight it is. Then I use a hair pick, of course. You know, you don't want to use your hands so that it doesn't get as frizzy, but that's all, you guys. It's really that simple. I'm always asked what have been your go-to products. It's been those. Look at the definition. Woo! Okay, y'all, but that was it for today's video. I feel like I answered a lot of questions. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to start this YouTube journey. I'm gonna try to be as consistent as posible. What can you expect from this channel? I wanted to start off with the Q&A because I feel like they need to get to know me first before I just go in with like a hair video, or there's so much content that I want to make. I want to make hygiene videos, body care videos. I want to do it all on here. But what can you expect? More in-depth hair tutorials for sure. I feel like with TikTok and Instagram, as much as I love those platforms, I'm a little bit more limited in terms of the information that I input in each video because I only have 60 seconds. But on YouTube, I'm going to be able to go more in detail with my tutorials. I'll be able to just do it all. I feel like I won't be as rushed with YouTube. So hair tutorials, hygiene videos, body care content, shop along content. Y'all already know I'm always at Target, so I want to start bringing the camera with me so that you guys can see a little bit of the behind the scenes of when I film content in store, or when I just go. Sometimes I actually just walk into Target and into stores to get inspiration of the type of content I want to create. I definitely want to do weekly vlogs. I hope that my lip is like not peeling a little bit. I'm sorry. I definitely want to do weekly vlogs. I definitely want to do day in the lives. Travel content. Your girl is traveling this year. I told myself this year, once a month I want to go somewhere new. So I will be doing travel content and taking you guys with me. And just everything that I can do on YouTube, I'm going to do it. I just don't want to be limited to just hair. Hair is obviously always going to be a part of the content, but with YouTube, I feel like I'm more open to exploring other things because I have more time to do it on here. So thank you guys for watching today's video. Let me know in the comment section if you guys have any questions about the tutorial in itself. All the products that I use will be linked down in the description. I'm gonna be one of those YouTubers that's like, I linked it in the description. But it'll be linked in the description. Super simple, super easy. Took me about 40 minutes. I didn't diffuse my hair on here because I want to do a whole separate video as to how I diffuse my hair. But it's just that simple. Like, I want to get close up. You guys can see that the curls are curling. They're juicy. They're defined. You know what I mean? It's giving what it's supposed to give. It's giving what it's supposed to give. So thank you guys for watching today's YouTube video. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel because that's how you're going to be notified. Oh, look at me being a pro. This is how you know I watch too much YouTube. But subscribe. That's how you guys will be notified. Every time that I post a video, I want to make sure that I'm posting at least 1 to 2 times a week here on YouTube just to keep you guys updated with other things outside of, like, if you want to see more of Daliana outside of Instagram and TikTok, this is the place. So subscribe, like, let me know how you feel about today's video. Let me know if you have any questions about the tutorial in itself, or if you feel like there's still some questions that you feel like I should have answered. Do you have any other questions for me? Let me know. But until then, bye. And we had to actually make an official outro. For now it's gonna be bye, but we're gonna get an official one.